they do here. First and goal. Rodgers hangs in the pocket, throwing into a lot of traffic, and it's caught for the touchdown by.
And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod. Follow the guys. Jay is at UPJ33. Dave is at Steak and Cheese. And the fantasy wonderman himself, Dylan, is at DylanBusby1. Email all your questions and comments to us at firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com, and you will make the show live during our mailbag segment. Again, that's firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com. And welcome, everybody, to another live edition of First and Goal, the Matchup Show, with me, your founder and producer, Jay Andrews, in the UP. And as always, your host with the most down in Georgia, it's Dave.
What's going on, First and Goalers? What's going on? Last Thursday of First and Goal podcast. I'm excited because we're getting closer to the new show. But in time being, we have to continue on First and Goal Pod because this week is a big rivalry week. And we are, oh, look who just popped in. And we are joined by our guest, Mr. JB from Heart and Skols podcast.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Well, I mean, you already thought we hung up on you. I was like, great, he's not going to come on anymore.
Yeah, you screwed me. No. Skype does that every now and then. We're good, though.
Are you in the jersey tonight too? Are you in the mode?
This is a specific jersey, by the way.
That's
Who is
the
it?
Favre jersey I think I've heard about, isn't it?
No, it is not the Favre.
I'm seeing an 8 on that jersey. That's not Favre.
This is a custom jersey.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at Mr. VIP.
Business.
I know he's all about business tonight. Oh God, that name burns my eyes.
What?
The Vikings on
Vikings?
there.
No, this is my customized, it's got my name on the back.
You know, I've always thought about getting a Steger one, but for Packers, but I don't know. I'm holding off on it. I don't know why.
I always say,
first.
I'll never get traded, I'll never get released, so that's why I had my own name put on the back.
And then what would happen if you had like the Bears or Packers reach out and say, John Erico, we want to sign you to a deal?
No, I couldn't do it.
Oh, come on. For that type of money, you do it in a heartbeat.
I couldn't
You know
do
you
it.
would.
Even if it was to be the Vikings kicker?
We don't need a kicker right now, Jay. We have one. He's
I'm just saying. Give him the pass.
special teams
Actually,
player
Dan
of the
Bailey's
week
actually
for the
done
third
pretty well.
time.
Yeah, Dan Bailey's actually done pretty well. It's not like they have Carlson or any of those guys again.
No, I mean Bailey. Other than doinking his first extra point on Sunday, he was good. He's been good all year.
He's better than Eddie Pinheiro. I'll give him that.
Well, I did tease you earlier, JB, that we had some big news that we haven't shared with you yet.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Well, so we figured we'd wait till we were on air. Go ahead, Dave. You can go ahead and tell it.
Tell me, Dave.
So we have been signed to the Brawl Network. Mr. Austin Fugelstad, he is the VP of that network, and he's been bugging us for months about it. And we are representing the Packers doing that. Where focus is on the Packers. No more broad NFL anything anymore. Just Packers podcast. And the new name is Titletown Brawl.
That's really great. I'm really happy for you guys, and I mean that. That's fantastic to hear. You guys do a great job, and I wish you all the best with it. I hope everything goes really well with you.
Well, here's the deal, though. It's fewer shows. Prime time, it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. So if you're stuck in rush hour on Pacific, out in the West Coast, You'll be able to listen to us live, keep you through your time. And the round table, still on the table. We're still doing that. That will not change. So
Fabulous.
that was a discussion we had with him in a conference call about kind of what we were going to be allowed still to do and what kind of direction they wanted to go in. So it was that was something we definitely want to keep because we like the group of guys we got, and it's been fun this year. So we want to make sure that was something that we were still going to be allowed to be able to do. So it all worked out. We're excited.
Good. Ours just went. We just got picked up by iHeartRadio, so we're pretty happy too.
I know. I listened.
Isn't it a good feeling?
Week?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't it a good feeling, JB? When you first hear your stuff on like iTunes, iHeartRadio, and you're like, oh my God, we're on that platform. Like that's how Jay and I felt when we were on all that stuff when we were independent. But the thing is, with being signed now to the Brawl Network, like Jay and I it didn't hit us until Austin was like, yeah, we got like promoting department, we got a marketing department, we got audio guys, and we're like, what? Like we didn't know we had all this available. So it's a step up. Basically, Austin's just produce your show, just do the show, and we'll worry about the rest. So it's a huge relief because Jay and I were doing 4 or 5 shows a week, and we were just getting, especially being full-time dads, we're just getting like burnt out.
I bet. Oh no,
everything. Yeah.
You guys work so hard, and this is the payoff. I am overjoyed for you guys. I think it's awesome.
Of course, we got to bring you along for the ride.
Yeah, and we have to say thank you because part of that success is you being a part of our kind of idea, and that being kind of something that really did succeed. We weren't sure how having 4 different teams in the same division of 4 people, 5 people on a show, trying to get along, talking about their teams, and we couldn't ask for a better group of guys with all you guys, and we can't thank you guys enough because that has been part of why we were noticed, and part of our success was that round table being kind of because nobody else is doing that. I mean, I stole the idea from the NFL 100 and their round table stuff they did, but I mean, so we have to thank you and the rest of the guys too, because it's been a part of why we got noticed, and a big part of our success was that pulling that whole thing off every 4 weeks.
Well, and I appreciate you guys even coming to me because as I've told you before, I'm just an accountant who likes football. I mean, for me to be doing stuff like this, I never would have thought that in a million years I'd be able to do this stuff. So I appreciate you guys giving me the shot as well.
Well, I mean, you're a good guy, JB. That's the thing. You're not one of those. How do I put it? Not even a Vikings fan, like the fact of the arrogant fans, I guess, where like the ones are just all. I've got buddies who are Bears fans in the regular season, and the next thing you know, like as soon as it becomes regular season football, it's like, oh, Packers suck, blah blah blah. Like I get it, the rivalry, the banter, but like they're literally trying to just shoot down everything about the Packers, and it doesn't really open their eyes. And you're one of those guys that's like a realist, and that's why we like Julius, and that's why we like Austin, because all you guys are realists.
Well, I mean, it's great to be a fan and be a little bit of a homer, but yeah, I mean, I look at this strangely enough as if it's a job, and you've got to be objective when you're doing this. You have to be professional and objective when you're doing this. That's how I look at it. No, I'm not getting paid to do it. I'm just doing it because I love it. But at the same time, if I ever want to go anywhere with this, you've got to be objective. You've got to be able to just see the things for what they are. And I love the game. I mean, I'm a Vikings fan, but I love the game in general. So it's just fun to talk about, and I don't like to get cutthroat. I'll defend myself if I have to, but it's just football, guys. And bottom line, it's just football. It's not life and death.
Some people treat it like life or death, and that's what I was saying in the fact of some people act like they're actually playing the game, and I'm like, dude, we're all just fans. We're sitting on the couch. Yeah, we may yell at the TV, but, I mean, still, we're just fans. Some people actually think they're in the game.
That's exactly it. And then I don't even want to get into the fantasy football guys because some of them are a different class altogether.
I mean, we're fantasy football guys, but we're not nuts like some guys are. Where I've watched some people break a whole TV just because they lost a fantasy football championship, and it was like a free league. I'm like, why are you getting mad?
Yeah, some guy was giving death threats out this week. I saw on Twitter because he was giving advice as who to start, and he started the guy, and whoever it was tanked for the week, and this guy went off on the person he asked for help, and he was like threatening his family, and that's just like wrong.
Classy,
that's low.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Lord. Well, you know what? We're gonna get right to it. Get right down to the nitty gritty, because we know Mr. JB has work early in the morning, and we want to get through these tonight. So, first question, starting off. Don't mean to talk about the elephant in the room, but we kind of have to.
Sure.
Vikes are 10-4, but they are yet to register a win in 2019 against any team 500 or better. How confident are you in the Vikings if they can pull off the win on Monday night?
Well, here's the thing. If you look at the splits on their record against teams over 500, there's one common denominator to all three of those games, guys.
What's that? Tell us.
Road game, road game, road game. They have not played a high-caliber opponent at home yet. So this is their first test at home. The Packer game, they were in it to the end, and they fought hard to get back in that game. They were down 21-0, fought hard, and Kirk made a really bad throw. And probably for the season. The Chiefs game, the defense didn't show up. The 92-yard touchdown run, you can't allow that. Kirk took them back twice from behind, and they lost on the last-second field goal by Butker, who was unconscious that day. He nailed all of his kicks.
I mean, it was 50+ 50-yard field goals, I think. Weren't all they?
They were bombs. He was hitting bombs, and there were like no questions about it. They were dead solid, perfect. Which the Vikings, I believe, in the history of the Vikings, the success rate for kickers against them is about 99.7% total. So that's just a guess. It's an estimate.
So you guys have a rough pass with kickers, and then you have really good luck for the other team.
Yeah, they just kickers. Like guys will come in. I mean, Eddie Pinheiro could probably go 10 for 10 against the Vikings in the Dome. And then the Seahawks game, they had the lead. They let the game almost get away from them. Really, they let it get away from them and fought back to get within 7. And they had a chance in that game. And that's a tough place to go play. So I think they're going to come out on Sunday or Monday night. And because it's a home game, I have confidence that they can get that first win against. And it would really be their only chance to win against a quality opponent this season. I mean, beating the Cowboys, I'm not going to lie to you guys, that's not that big an accomplishment right now.
Well, I mean, it is. I don't know, because they beat the Eagles, they become a winning team.
But again, they beat the Eagles in the NFC least.
Yeah,
the Vikings,
I know, I got it.
The Vikings were 4-0 against the NFC least this year, and the only tough one they had was that Cowboys game, and that was in Jerry's world. So I don't really.
You know what? Segueing to you mentioned it a little bit ago. I got to say it, man. I read today right off the bat. I woke up in the morning, read Dalvin Cook highly unlikely to play.
Yep.
Alexander Madison is questionable, but still has a high chance of missing it because of the high ankle sprain.
High ankle, yeah.
Neither was at practice today. But the thing is, that confused me, JB, was, I mean, do you think this offense is going to be able to be stable without those two? And I know Mike Boone showed some life last week, but that was also against the Chargers defense that's been giving up some rushing yards lately too. So, I mean, do you think Mike Boone can carry the load, or do you think with Cook and Madison being out, it's going to be limited and the Kirk Cousins show?
Well, I mean, Cook hasn't really done a lot in the last few games anyway, and they still managed to come out ahead. I think this is a different kind of Vikings team. I think it's more the schemes. I think they have some interchangeable parts here. I love Boone, by the way. I think I saw him in preseason a couple of years ago when he was, and I looked. They said this kid runs hard. And when he gets a chance, he takes it. I mean, if you watch this, I know